The Health Minister, Kim Hames, has announced a review into the government's 4-hour rule policy. It was introduced in 2009 with the aim of unclogging Perth's busy emergency departments. Doctors say while it's been very successful, they're concerned about compromising care in the name of speed. I caught up with the head of the Australian Medical Association, Dave Mountain, earlier. Dr Mountain, welcome to 7:30.
Well, thank you.
Now, this 4-hour rule, is it actually improving healthcare in Western Australia?
Well, I think it's clearly improved the ability to get people into our hospitals. There's definite improvements in flow. It's still to be proven whether that's actually improved healthcare, which is a different issue. You know, is it safe? Does it deliver better outcomes for patients? We need to have proper research projects to be able to say that.
So, I mean, is fast care better care necessarily then?
Not always. I mean, it is for some conditions. Clearly, if you're having a heart attack, fast care is better care. But for overall, it's always a juggling act between is it fast and too fast so that you're actually missing things. But you don't want to be too slow either. If you're dawdling along and not achieving anything, you're wasting resources and you're not doing the right thing by all your patients.
So where did this 4-hour concept come from? Does it have any basis in sort of medical tradition?
No. It came from the UK and they chose the target pretty well arbitrarily. They just chose 4 hours. They said, that should be what we can achieve in our system. They had no research or science behind it. And unfortunately, the UK, when they implemented that system, did no research of their own. So we've taken their system and applied it to ours without really any great data to prove that 4 hours would be the best target.
All right, so anecdotally, obviously, that's what you're working on. Have you personally seen improvements in our hospitals as
Absolutely.
a result?
I mean, if you're working in an emergency department in Perth now compared to 3-4 years ago, the differences are huge. I mean, people used to stay routinely over 8 hours up to 24 hours every shift. You would arrive with 30 patients still stuck there from the previous day, and that is now much rarer, and we have much better numbers for that. But it has introduced a whole heap of other problems upstairs into the wards, so people are going upstairs a bit sicker, more frequently.
So what are doctors telling you, anecdotally about the experiences they're having on the wards then?
Well, the problems on the wards are that there are patients arriving there, they may not get seen for hours, so you have to have a system that when somebody arrives reasonably unwell from downstairs, that they are then seen within an hour upstairs so that there's medications written up, fluids, you check the condition of the patient so they're not deteriorating, make sure that things haven't got missed in the hurry to get the patient upstairs to the ward. And all those things have started to happen. There's a lot of evidence from our junior staff that these things are happening more frequently.
So is it plausible then that a government could throw a huge amount of resources at this problem and actually meet the target they originally set?
Well, you could. I mean, if you have inexhaustible resources, you can almost always reach these sort of targets, but it would be huge amounts of resource. I mean, currently, the targets we've got now, the 85% mark, is much more achievable and sensible than the original 98%.
So if progress has been made, I mean, couldn't the government argue that, change was needed and that no group ever really sort of, embraces change without a few niggles on the side?
Yeah, but this has been change done on the dirt cheap. I mean, really, this is the most major change in policy that we've done for the last 15, 20 years, and we've done it with almost no additional resource. They will claim that there's a few $1 million here or there that's gone in, but that's nothing compared to a system that spends $6 billion a year. And I have to give the government has accepted the fact that they do have problems. They are going to do a review, and they are going to try and apply new resources. But it's got to be done in an open way and in a generous way, not a penny pinching sort of approach to one of the major things that you're changing in your hospital system.
Okay, Dr Mountain, thanks for your time.